To further our research, Destin and I traveled to Dayton, Ohio to obtain more information on the Wright Dunbar Historic District, the history behind it, the future ahead, and its significance to the community. We were very pleased to interview Bootsy Neal, who serves as the president of Wright Dunbar, Inc.
President of Wright Dunbar, Inc., which is a nonprofit organization. Our focus is the commercial redevelopment of West 3rd Street within the historic district, which is the birthplace of aviation and the home of Paul Laurence Dunbar. But prior to the national park actually being located in Wright Dunbar, the city of Dayton, and I served as a Dayton City Commissioner at that time along with the mayor and others, we began to do a housing redevelopment piece south of the commercial corridor. In 1998, people were giving you that property for a tax write-off. And I remember that the city of Dayton took a hard hit from media because they couldn't understand why we would invest in those homes. And so the city of Dayton began to acquire the property, land bank that property, and built market rate homes. Prior to the recession, the last home sold in that area for over $250,000. So just a few short years ago, people would have given you that property. But we were also very aware that we did not want to have gentrification. So the city of Dayton, through a special program, created a grant project that would allow the homeowners who had survived the disinvestment, survived the neglect, that they would be able to maintain their property and they would be able to bring their property up to code and they would be able to live there. And exactly what we had hoped would happen happened. We created a diverse neighborhood. Diverse in terms of economics, diverse in terms of racial, diverse in terms of class, diverse in terms of age. So the Wright Dunbar Neighborhood Association now is very diverse. It has families that have moved back into the area, and there's been a significant reuse of those properties and creating density among the residential population. The effort has then been made, what are we going to do with the commercial corridor? Wright Dunbar Inc. was formed in 2001. Originally, we were going to just be an advocate. Let's do reinvestment, bring businesses back to the commercial corridor, and that was short-lived. Nobody was interested in bringing businesses back. It was, at that time, a highly populated African American community. And if we have a challenge, that's been our biggest challenge, is the misperception of the safety, misperception of the community as a whole. But with a lot of partnerships, a lot of effort and support from both the federal, state, county, and local government, we have actually begun to rebuild the commercial corridor within the historic district. The Wright Dunbar redevelopment plan was originally a 20-year plan. We are now in the 10th year of that plan. And so for many, they would say that there still isn't anything happening. But if you look at all of the redevelopment that has occurred in the area, within a short district distance of only about a mile, either north, south, east, or west, $200 million has been invested in a very concentrated area of this community. We have been able to stabilize. Wright Dunbar now owns 10 properties within the commercial corridor of a 2-block area. The roofs were actually in the basement, all boarded up. Vandalism. We now have a number of substantial businesses in the area. We have WDAO Radio. We have the Dayton Aviation Heritage National Park. We have State Farm. We have Clymed, which is the home of 5 physicians. We have Smokin' Joe's, which is a restaurant. We have Ennis Image, which is a bookstore, and Ardmore Cleaners. We have a beauty salon and spa. We have an attorney's office. So just 5 years ago, there were no businesses within this district other than the pawn shop and what was at that time Bank One. The work that we're doing here in Wright Dunbar, I believe, is critical in terms of the redevelopment of the urban core and the business district of Dayton, Ohio. I truly believe that the redevelopment of areas in the city of Dayton, like Wright Dunbar, whether it's the Genesis Project, the Renaissance Project, is critically important, or the Oregon Project is important because it protects the core of the central business district. So goes the region, so goes Dayton. So goes Dayton, so goes the region. And I really believe that as we look at and refocus the economic redevelopment of the western portion of the region, that by strengthening the economic base of this community will have a significant and positive impact on the entire region. And we're in close proximity to 75, 70, and 35. With the rerouting of 75, the main entrance off of 75 for downtown Dayton will run right along Edwin Moses. Edwin Moses is at the gateway of Wright Dunbar. So we're not a half a mile from the central business district of downtown Dayton. So that improvement is going to also have a significant impact as it relates to our economic redevelopment for this area that will create jobs. But what we found that with the movement and urban sprawl that began in the 70s because of desegregation, we had a significant shift in the population in the city of Dayton. The city of Dayton used to be 250,000 people. I suspect that with the 2010 census, the city of Dayton is going to be closer to 100,000. We have seen a significant shift and movement of the residents outside of the city of Dayton because of urban sprawl, as mismanaged urban sprawl in my opinion, as well as because of desegregation, as well as the perception of the lack of quality schools within the Dayton public school system. Therefore, I think it's very important we have a major, wonderful infrastructure, and that with the partnerships, collaboration of both public and private sector and nonprofits like myself, that we have to focus on the redevelopment of the urban core. What's real significant about Dayton is that we still have water, and that's a key element in urban redevelopment, as well as we have the airport. So as we rebuild and work in partnership to rebuild the residential component, as well as attract those businesses that will increase the employment base, as we're able to work in partnership with other organizations that will make heritage tourism attractive and bring tourists to this historic area, then we will see the retail that will be able to service all of those populations. And that's the eateries, the coffee shops, and bakeries. But it will never be what it was in the 50s. But I am very confident that it will be a strong commercial corridor with businesses that will meet the needs of both the residents, the employment base, the downtown population, and the tourist population as well.
In conclusion, the Wright Dunbar District is a true Cinderella story. An area that was sure to be demolished was saved due to residents and grassroots organizations. Redlining, highway construction, disinvestment, and poverty could not stop this diamond in the rough from shining. The city certainly did a good job with collaborating with the community and preserving a vital piece of Dayton and its African American diaspora. We are hoping this documentary helps renewers understand the importance of community revitalization. As Rudolph Frankel said, to successfully renew a city, we must first renew its people.